Hey, Mark here, and I have a really cool giveaway for you. I have 5 digital copies of the 2025 film 28 Years Later up for grabs, and if you'd like to enter for a chance to win, just shoot me a message and be like, Mark, this movie rules. I would love to win a copy. Thank you. Listen, y'all, I'm telling you, you want to enter for a chance to win this movie because 28 years later, it rules. It's the best. Certified fresh on what critics are calling the best movie of the year, period. 28 Years Later with Ralph Fiennes, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Jodie Comer, and directed by Academy Award winner Danny Boyle, is now available to watch on digital. This movie rules. You want a copy.
Hello and welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a man who just lost his spot on FSU's traveling swim team. It's David Cross.
Hey, Mark. I am so excited to take a bite out of this film.
Oh, man. Jeez Louise. I mean, there's a lot to chew on.
This is the quality content you're going to get for the rest of this podcast.
Oh, you're not going to believe what happened. So I was out in the woods and our car broke down, and a gator had to come pick us up. You know, those little ATVs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man.
And so it was kind of interesting earlier. Megan and I, we were making dinner and we put some stuff in the crock pot.
What shoes are you wearing right now?
Oh, yeah, I'm wearing some Crocs. It's funny you asked that.
Okay.
And I have I have a Lacoste shirt on with an alligator logo. Now I gotta say, I've been watching. All right, I've been watching this movie so much. My wife Megan, who's on the podcast a lot, and she and I went and watched this movie, and we loved every second of it. She's watched everything with me. And she goes, Mark, I think you love this movie too much because whenever people try to say something bad about it, I'm like, you're stupid. So I'm a 37-year-old man. Adam Clement, who's on this podcast is a lot. The other day, he's like, I wish there was more gore. I was like, dude, this is a perfect movie. Be quiet. Obviously in jest, but she's like, she's like, you love this movie too much. So I feel like this is my next Deep Blue Sea, I would say.
Well, I think there's a couple of things to say there. I don't think you love this too much. Don't let anyone ever tell you don't love or you love a movie too much because it's great to be a fan of something.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. If you love this movie, you love this movie. It does say something that your two favorite movies apparently are creature features. An alligator and a shark.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I've always been obsessed with sharks. And I think creature features are my favorite films. I really do. Whether it's zombie movies, they're not exactly creature features, but I love Jaws. That's my favorite movie ever made. I love Deep Blue Sea. I love Jaws. So my favorite, this is my joke. My favorite film is Jaws. My favorite movie is Deep Blue Sea. And my favorite flick is Jaws: The Revenge. All shark pictures. And I love creature features, man. The Descent is one of my top 2 horror films ever made. I love Alien. I just love anything with creatures in them. And this movie, I think, I grew up in Florida on the West Coast. I was in I was in a no-name storm. My dad's trailer got flooded, like completely, like car got underwater. You had to get picked up by a boat. Like they called it the no-name storm because it came out of nowhere. I canoed everywhere with alligators. Some huge ones went underneath my canoe. So watching this movie, even though some people made jokes about, oh, there's no basements in Florida. It's a crawl space. It's an unconventional crawl space. But it's a crawl space. They happen. So just being in Florida, being in this kind of swampy area, I grew up on the West Coast right next to the Gulf with all the springs and lakes and ponds and gators everywhere. So I don't know, man. This movie, I love it. I went to Florida State, though. And the main character in this, Haley, she's a gator, which is brilliant. Like if she was a Seminole and she was in a gator movie, I'd be like, oh, I like the restraint. But I like that UF gator is being attacked by gators.
So we should just let the audience know I also went to Florida State, yep. So we have 2 gators. But unlike you, I grew up in the Midwest. 2 Knolls. 2 Knolls. Excuse me. But I identify as a Buckeye. I have my undergraduate from Ohio State. So while I graduated from FSU, I don't really consider myself an alumni.
Well, I mean, you're a Buckeye. That's good.
Yeah,
good football team.
But they do have a good football team. But what I was getting at is like, I watched this film with my friend who grew up in Florida, also went to FSU, and he described it as the most Florida movie he had ever seen in his life. And it's about a hurricane. There are gators in there. The wardrobe is extremely
Perfect.
Florida. Perfect. And if anyone didn't catch it, the main character, I believe her name's Haley, is wearing a hoodie and,
and guess
Florida and sandals.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the perfect Florida weather because you're freezing out inside and it's really hot outside.
They really nailed the look of this movie. So they went down to St. Petersburg, where I moved later on to go my first year of college, and I also worked out there and whatever. But they went and shot a bunch of plates to use, and then they filmed this movie in Belgrade, Siberia. But they only had 8 digital palm trees in this movie that they manipulated. So they had 8 palm trees that they inserted everywhere, and they could do different things.
I thought they were real palm trees.
Yeah, so they built.
I wasn't paying attention.
So they built this entire set, right, in a soundstage in Belgrade, Siberia. So this movie, everything was shot inside of just blue screen, a stage. The gas station, all that was a giant stage, and then they had several small stages that they would flood with water. So I wanted to give you a surprise. How much do you think this movie cost to make?
Oh, that's such a difficult question to ask.
I hope it blows your mind.
I was going to say
what?
$10 million.
Oh, well, 13.5. So, but watching this movie, it looks like a $50 million movie.
Yes,
it does not.
It looks very good.
It does not look like, in the hands of Alejandra Aja, which we'll just call Alex from now on. I love this director. He learned a lot from Piranha, which was shot all on location. And if you look, we recorded a podcast about it, and there's a 90-minute doc on Vimeo about it, about the making of Piranha 3D. And he couldn't anchor in this pond, like this lake, and it bordered on 4 separate states and areas, and like a Native American reservation. So there's 4 separate laws, and the scorching heat, and they had to build an actual lake for Piranha 3D. So this time he's like, I'm not doing that. So they just built it all in Siberia, and he brought in his longtime cinematographer, Maxine Alejandre, this great production designer named, Alan Gilmore. It's funny, I was looking at Carla Gugino from Our Son-in-Law. I wrote my notes close to each other. I'm like, Carla Gugino did the production design of this? But Alan Gilmore, but $13.5 million, man. This movie, it made $91.5 million worldwide. This was a big smash. And what's interesting? I was reading Cinema Blend. They predict movies' tomato meter scores. It's going to be like 30%. Crocodile movies, alligator movies, I apologize, suck. Like, this won't be good. And they'll be like his other movies. This is an 83%er. That's
because it's a great movie.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's part of the reason why 2019 had such a good year for horror is the alligator movies were good. The prequel movies were good. The sequels were good. The originals were good. It was just a great year for horror, and I think this movie is going to attract a big audience. And I think Tarantino has a big reason for that, too, because he said in early November that this was his favorite movie of 2019.
He did?
Yeah, and from a storytelling, I mean, this movie, it's contained, but there's some really funny twists. Like, they get on a boat, and they get shot back into the house that they just escaped. Like, there's some really great gags in this film, and everything is kind of a nice ABC structure, which I really appreciate. And I could just talk. Sorry, David, you gotta shut me up sometimes, because I think I could probably talk for like 2 hours about this movie.
Yeah. So what I wanted to actually talk about a little bit is before I get into it, I agree with you. I love this movie. I think it's a great movie. But let's describe 3 points of why it's a great movie, so people understand that we're not just fanboying out on this.
Yeah.
For me, this is a perfect example of a film that knows how to raise the stakes. From A to B, the stakes are constantly being raised. And so, for example, there's one alligator, there's 2 alligators, there's a shit ton of alligators, there's a rising storm, then they get knocked back into the house. It's constantly raising the stakes of what is going on. And when I'm doing my own writing, I try to do that. And so I'm looking at this film and thinking, this is a master at this type of content.
Yeah, I mean, it's a ticking clock. So for me, what I love, sorry to interrupt, but I love your point about not just fanboying. And what I love is there's a ticking clock. And so for me, my favorite horror movies have always had urgency. So Drag Me to Hell, right? That's one of my favorite films. She has to break this curse in a certain amount of time. There is an urgency to it. I love movies like The Descent. When the action kicks off, they have to keep moving. So I think there's a ticking clock, but there's no convenient ticking clock. which makes it even better, if that makes sense. Like, we have 12 hours until this happens. It's just when it happens.
You have 45 minutes until the storm hits.
Or so. Yeah, right?
Yeah. That was a great set piece. And he's measuring the water.
Yeah.
And timing it with his wristwatch. Because I was watching, I was like, oh, this is a really smart way to get around this. Yeah. Some other things I really liked about this film. I like short films. Yes. 90 minutes is like the sweet spot for me. And this is what, 82 or 83. I thought the acting was really strong. And then it hit this thing where you don't see a lot anymore. And it's the creature feature. We don't see these type of movies anymore. Everything feels much bigger and much larger than it needs to be for the film. And again, this is my opinion. So when I see these smaller films, these more streamlined films, I'm excited because I want to see these stories.
Yeah. And I also like how, so Alex went out of his way to kind of, this is not based, all right, obviously this isn't based on a true story, but he wanted it to have some realism to it. So a daughter just goes to get her dad. Her dad's trapped in a crawl space and they're stuck in a hurricane with gators. I mean, that's obviously not true, but in Florida, weirder things have happened. You know about how the pythons are, so in college I made a documentary about the pythons in the Everglades. And a lot of them happened because people just let them loose in the Everglades. But also during a hurricane, a giant snake farm was wiped out. Like, I think something like 100,000 snakes were able to escape. Now, a lot of them were caught, a lot of them died, a lot of them became food. But some of them also got loose into the ecosystem. So it's not out of bounds that there are gator farms in Florida. And they are familiar with humans because they've been around them their whole lives. So they don't have that fear. So while it's not plausible, it's plausible, if that makes sense, right? Like,
it's plausible just enough.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right? It's like the 51% plausible.
There it goes. But you're kind of like, I see it, if that makes sense. Like, I get it.
Yeah. Do you think this film could have been made in any other part of the country? Or this concept could have been used in any other part of the country?
Okay, just any other kind of animal?
What I'm viewing this is a combination disaster movie and animal movie.
Yeah. I mean, like maybe a thing in someone gets trapped in a cave with a bunch of rattlesnakes in like Arizona.
That's a good one.
Like maybe a storm forces them into a cave. I don't know. Yeah,
that's a good one. Another example of this would be The Gray.
Yeah, oh yeah, The Gray.
That's probably the closest example.
Anaconda.
Yeah, but what I was doing when I was researching this, I kind of got into this mode of thinking of what would this be if it was in the Midwest? What would this be in the West? So I created at least two scenarios that I think would work.
Oh, I want to hear it.
All right, so in the Midwest, you would have a bobcat tornado, and you would call it Shriek.
Like, are they in the tornado, or the tornado knocks something over and the bobcats are coming after you?
I think, in my mind, in my headcanon, it's about someone trapped in their garage during a tornado with a crazy bobcat.
Well, think about this, right? There's someone who they see these bobcats and they don't want them to die, so they bring them into their they somehow get them into this barn, but then they're locked in there with them. And the bobcats are bobcats, so they just attack. That'd be an interesting thing. They try to be nice and let them live, but they're animals. They're gonna try to eat you.
That's really good. That's good, yeah. And the other one was the West, and so that was earthquakes plus a bear, and the name of this movie would be called Roar.
Oh well, you know what? There are some really good hiking movies, but there haven't been earthquakes. You're right.
There is a really good bear movie. Well, it was when I was younger, and maybe you've heard of it. It's called The Edge.
Oh yeah, The Edge, love it, with Anthony Hopkins and
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Have you watched Backcountry?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's a solid bear flick, man. It's on Netflix.
Okay, yeah, but that's what I kept thinking about. Is that I kept thinking about these animals and these scenarios, and they're interesting. But to me, the most interesting of those is the gator in Florida in the tight confined space, because there's something more scary about a reptile to me than a bobcat or a bear.
And the thing is, so Alex never wanted to make another movie in water after Piranha, but then he heard the log line of this and he went, wow. He's like, I'm doing it. And then he got back in the water. He's like, I'm stupid. But he's like, I would never turn, because, all right, there have been some very easy pitches in this world. But just imagine if you have a tight script. You and I are writers, right? You and I are Michael and Sean Rasmussen. and we have some cred behind us, and we go to Sam Raimi, who produced this, and we say, hurricane, alligators, house, father-daughter. That could get you 15 million easy, I would assume. That's such a tight
basically
pitch.
Did.
Yeah.
I was reading about how they constructed the script, and they said they did it over about 6 months, and that when they sent it off to their agent, they're like, well, here comes a bunch of notes, and they got it back with nothing. It was just like, all right, this is great, let's send it off.
That's amazing.
I know, it's crazy. It never happens.
Man, yeah, they're not going to be alligators anymore. They're going to be great white sharks, and it's going to be the Bahamas.
Are we just remaking Jaws?
And there's just going to be a ton of like bikinis, and then there's just, it's going to be it's got the main character's a man. You're like, what? I like the father-daughter stories too. We don't get too many of these, especially in creature features. So I kind of dug that aspect of it.
Yeah, I like that they both survived, though the father did take quite a beating.
So, all right, I gotta tell you. So, Megan, my wife, when we watch horror movies, I jump everywhere. I'm like, those inflatables outside of a car salesman place that fly all over the place. Like the arms like fly, like this inflatable. I jump and I'm covering my eyes. Megan sits there just like watching. Nothing. I've never seen anything really affect her. However, when BPEP, as we call him, when BPEP gets his arm ripped off, she can't watch it. Like that is one of my favorite gags of recent memory as far as practical effects, meeting visual effects, meeting just that's a mean moment. And I love that. That's really cool, visual effects. Practical, like they built the arm to crack. I love that moment. BPEP gets rocked.
It's not just a great moment for the visuals. It's a great moment in cinema and how they constructed that scene, because the entire time you're worried about the dog. You're worried about Sugar and whether Sugar's going to die.
And the overhead shot, which listen, we're saying great, and I mean it. Like I'm full hyperbole here. So if you're listening to this going, man, this guy's saying great and awesome a lot, don't get over yourselves, because I get it. But I'm going to use a lot of hyperbole, so just get used to it. How's that sound, David?
Every podcast.
Yeah. But no, yeah, and you made a great point. The overhead shot of the dog, you're like, the dog's gonna get it.
Yeah, and I think in a lesser film they would have killed the dog or the father, and that would have been the end of the second act, beginning of the third act. That would have been the lowest point in the film, and where the hero decides to fight back. But they didn't, and it still kind of is the lowest point, I think. But they didn't kill the guy. And I guess I was gonna say I'm gonna jump back to a comment you made earlier that relates to the scene, and you were talking how Adam said that he wished there was more gore. I'm actually happy with the amount of gore in this film, and I think that it heightens the scene because you don't see a blood all the time. So when it does happen, it's a shock.
Oh, you don't get – so like in Piranha 3D, there's so much gore, you get tired of it. And you kind of – you're like, yeah, more of that. Yeah. But in this one, when it happens, it happens. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and this is maybe a side comment, but that's typically why I don't personally like splatter films. Like, I think unless there's a humor element to it, I don't enjoy them. I want really tight, contained violence that's shocking and happens really quickly and not just constant throughout the film. Otherwise, I get numb to it.
Well, I guess what I'm thinking is, in Brain Dead with the lawnmower scene and how comical that is, or in Tucker and Dale and the wood chipper scene. I mean, that's so out there. Or Dracula Dead and Loving It with the blood. But I mean, yeah, I think when it's played for yeah, you're right. I do get tired sometimes of excessive, because it dampens the impact, I would say. And maybe that's why Megan hates this scene, because like she's watched all the crazy Korean horror movies with me, all the like it's just any nutty thing you could watch. She's watched with me, but for some reason, BPEP getting his arm bit off, because you like the guy too. He doesn't want to sell the house because that's all they had. Man. And then she blames herself for him, because if you think about swimming and getting to those upper levels, it's weekend meets every weekend. Weekend meets every weekend? Jeez Louise. But so he was gone a lot. And so in a few words of dialogue, you kind of get that relationship too. Yeah.
And he pushed her.
Yeah.
Yeah. He pushed her to be the apex predator of the swim world.
I love it, man. It makes me. And then I was just going to talk about all the shots I like. But do you have any other? You said you had a great script for this one, man. So I'd love to hear what else you got.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about some things sort of tangentially related to this film. So one of those was hurricane parties. So when I moved to Florida, I didn't know what a hurricane party was. And I'm going to be very honest with you. The first day that it rained when I was there, I had been there like 6 hours. I freaked out because I didn't understand just how crazy the storms are. For listeners who don't live in Florida, could you explain just like how nutty hurricanes are?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been in a couple. I've been in a few that never even hit. Then I've been in a few that actually do hit. And it's just walls of rain and wind. And it's just, that no-name flood I got in, it came in so quick. We woke up with water like in my dad's place because he had, he split up for my mom. Then he got a place, like a temporary place. We woke up with water right there. So, I mean, it comes in fast. I mean, the power of it is exhausting. The power goes out, and it's interesting in Florida because it's kind of a waiting game. You don't know if it's going to hit or not. So you want to be ready for it, but 9 times out of 10, it doesn't come. But you're kind of like, if it does and I'm not prepared, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. But yeah, I mean, the rain comes in hot and heavy. Like it's intense.
It is really intense. And so I guess that colors her decision to go in there because being a little bit from Florida, I had that feeling. I was like, it could be intense. Nothing could happen.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And I kind of colors her decision. Just go, oh, well, I'm going in because nothing could happen. We could be absolutely fine. It's going to miss us.
Yeah. The last 3 have missed us.
I never went to one of these, but they mentioned hurricane parties in this film. Those are very much real, right?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
And you just like sit around and get drunk and wait out the storm?
Yeah. So, in high school or college, school gets canceled. So you don't have school the next day. And so you just get together with a bunch of people and you get a bunch of beer and you party because you have a free day. Like work might get canceled. So you just party. Like it's just a freebie to have some fun.
Would you want to see that film? A hurricane party getting attacked by alligators?
Whoa. That's a sequel.
That has to be a sequel. Same day.
Wow.
Because I was like, again, I'm like always trying to relate this back to like my lived experience. And I was like, oh, I guess we could have snowstorm parties from the Midwest. And I was like, but no one would come because you can't get anywhere.
Yeah. If you don't get there before, you're not going anywhere.
Exactly. And then you don't always want everyone to show up either because like they can't leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Then they're stuck and you're like, great. Yeah.
Yeah. I also had a question for you about, to take a step back. I asked my followers on Instagram what they wanted me to talk about this film. And the number one thing that kept coming through my feed was what made the alligators aggressive. So let's hash this out. Let's figure out why these alligators were like so big and so mean.
All right. First of all, David is the co-host of the Excellent Award Wieners podcast. So basically what they do is they take an award, a movie that won Best Picture, and they match it up with a recipe of an Oscar Mayer wiener. It's a lot of fun. Also, David's Instagram, Award Wieners. I love your Instagram, man. I'm envious of it. So follow him on Instagram. You're going to love it. But what, you know what I think makes them aggressive is, all right, there's a couple factors that I think they did wisely. So one, this is going to be, I hate when people say this, but one, it's a movie, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2, there's a nest, right? So then that adds some very protective, everyone says stay away from baby gators. Like just stay away. Like just don't.
Do they? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to be anywhere near a mama and like her nest. So you have that factor, right? Also, alligator farms. So a big problem in Florida is don't feed the alligators, because if you feed the alligators, they will become used to you, right? They will not be scared of humans. So when I was filming that documentary, we had an interview fall through. So we got on an airboat and we took an airboat tour to go film gators and look for pythons. The guy took us around and we kind of did a little hunt, but he hand feeds a gator every day. He goes up to the gator, he gives it food, he pets it under its mouth, and they go separate places. And in Costa Rica, a crocodile and a man became best friends for over 10 years, and it was a major tourist attraction. So with these gators, I'm thinking they haven't quite been socialized, but if they're from a gator farm, which she drove past, which was close to her home, then these gators, if they're pushed out of that area and they escape, they're not afraid of humans. So I don't think in any other day these gators would attack, but I think since they have a familiarity with humans, they're not afraid, and it's a movie, then I think that sort of adds, that's what I think. Is at least what I'm saying.
I think that's a more realistic answer than what people want to hear. I think the easy answer. Yeah, the easy answer is like, oh, there's meth in the water. That's the easy answer.
It's bath salts.
Yeah, there's bath salts in the water, and now we got giant killer gators.
What's a big drug in Florida right now? Oxy. There's a lot of oxy. Wait, that wouldn't make them crazy. Yeah, there's drugs in the water getting them nuts. Radioactive.
Yeah. I mean, I actually like that they didn't mention why. They just said, you know what? Gators are here. Deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, gators are predators. Like, they don't, like, all right, this is I don't want to use this as an example, but in Disney, the child, how the alligator got into the springs and it killed the kid.
Yeah.
Gators are predators. And
I was doing research on them, and they said the research that I found said that there was no such thing as a nice alligator because they lack the brain power to distinguish that. Like, their brain is literally 1/2 of a tablespoon. So they don't have the ability to differentiate between good and bad. Like, they're going to eat the animal if they can eat it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they recognize certain patterns, but I mean, like right now, right? They say that there's about 5 million American alligators across the southeast U.S., but they say there's roughly 1.25 in Florida. 1.25 million. 1.25 million alligators in Florida.
That's a lot of alligators in Florida.
And this is according to like the Florida website that I'm looking at right here. And I mean, listen to this. Alligator attacks rare in Florida, but nuisance gators on rise. So May 28th, 2019, thousands of Florida alligators removed for bad behavior. So a lot of these gators, there's about 1.3 to 1.5 million. They can become familiar with humans. And if anything gets flooded in that area, and especially alligator farm with thousands of gators, it's going to happen. Like, it's obviously, remember how back we said this is a real-ish, with in air quotes, type film? So this is not, I'm not being a homer for this movie. I'm not being a stan. And I'm not saying this is realistic, but it's realistic enough, I guess. It's more realistic than to just shrug it off, I guess.
Yeah. It knows what it is. This film knows what it is what it comes down to. And it feels like it wasn't tampered with. It wasn't created through a committee. There was a vision. The vision was to have gators in a basement. They executed that vision. It was good.
Exactly. I mean, listen, I don't know what would happen, but if you're in a crawl space and there's randomly 2 alligators in there, they're not going to be your best friends. Like, you might be trapped in there. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know. I mean, but that's another reason why. But also, a long time ago, man, I was able to kind of just say it's a movie. And I know I do my dumb data, but I think my dumb data revolves around more random stuff than that, like more fun aspect, not poking holes. But yeah, so I mean, did a lot of people not like that the gators were so aggressive?
No, it was just the question that I kept getting was like, they wanted to know why. Why are the gators so aggressive? And I don't think they disliked it. It was just curiosity more than displeasure. And I understand a little bit, but you can look at it in 2 ways. You can think of not understanding why they're aggressive heightens the tension because you essentially don't understand these animals. Or you can look at it as the explanation adds tension because it amplifies their nature.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 different ways, and it's a different way of looking at suspense films. I didn't mind that you didn't know what was going on because I view alligators as giant killing machines. So I didn't need meth in the water. I didn't need Red Bull in the water. It was like, okay, here's some big old alligators and they're hungry. Like I accepted this film.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I never questioned that. I just loved it.
Yeah. So for one of the things I wanted to talk about was, what are your favorite scenes of this film? Because I marked down a big list of things I really liked, and I have them sort of in a rough order.
Do you want my top 5? Because I got them in my head right now.
If you have them, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So number 1, I guess my number 1 favorite scene is the bathroom scene. The overhead shot specifically, when she gets trapped in a bathroom with an alligator. She's in the shower, which has doors that can slide. So she's locked in. She knows the gator's in there with her. So she opens up one of the doors, jumps over the top. The gator lunges at her. From an overhead shot, she falls into the water and locks the gator into the bathroom. That scene, I just like that they wrote it. I mean, that's a very nice. I think they use overhead shots really well in this movie, and that leads to my 4th favorite. It's B-Pep and Kaya in the water, and it stops. They're in the eye of the storm, and that probably 10-foot alligator swims in between them, just from an overhead shot. And I just love how that established I don't know, that's just, and I also respect it more knowing that was in a giant tank. Like they just set that up beautifully. My third favorite, I would say, is when she shoots the alligator in the mouth. The alligator bites her hand when she has a gun in her hand, and then she just shoots it from inside its mouth. Like that's a great payoff. And you had to get the cops there to do it. You had to get the cop dragged down. She had to get the gun, which is the suspense for that, and then the shooting. Like that's pretty glorious, isn't it?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I would have to say the scene where BPEP gets his arm bit off. We've talked about that a lot. And then I guess my fifth favorite is I love the humor of them getting on a boat and getting pushed right back into the house. I mean, that is, and I also love when she gets in the kitchen cabinet and she jumps on the table and the table breaks and then she grabs onto the lamp and the lamp breaks. It's just everything foobarred for her in that moment. What are your favorites?
So I think we have a lot of things in common. So the number one scene for me in this film is when she unloads the gun into the alligator's mouth. Oh, I absolutely love that scene because in another film, she would use half the bullets and kill it. She used the entire clip. And it's such a good reversal of roles. She gets a gun. Oh, she could fight her way out. Oh, she used all the bullets to kill one alligator. I absolutely love that scene. My second favorite is the bathroom scene because, again, who thought of that? No one thinks of writing like that. And it's so clever and so well executed. And that's basically what the trailer was. That's what got people excited, was this overhead shot of a woman trying to escape an alligator in a bathroom, which shouldn't work. It really shouldn't work, but somehow it does.
So they built that set specifically, and it was like, obviously they had to, but behind the scenes, man, you got to watch that clip because it's really cool how they did it. It just looks so neat. Oh man, I love it.
So my third favorite is when they get knocked back into the house.
Yes.
In the theater, people started laughing. Like everyone was laughing, and it was like this moment of like, I can't believe this is still going. And it didn't feel like a I'm laughing at this film. It felt like they were laughing because they didn't know how to react to the moment. They're like, they almost got out. Oh my God, they're back in the house again.
Made me so happy.
Yeah, it's great. It was a great decision. This wasn't on your list, but I absolutely love when the burglars get killed.
Oh my God. It's brutal.
It is. It's brutal when the young guy is getting hit against the window over and over and over again. But what I like is that whole scene and how kind of weird it is. It's like these characters who you don't really have any emotional attachment to. They look very Florida. I believe one of them has USA swim trunks on. I could be wrong.
And they're stealing an ATM. That's the most Florida thing on the planet. That's the most Florida thing ever.
While robbing the convenience store of just like junk food. Yep. Yeah, I really love that scene. This is my final, and it's very small, and I feel like most people would miss this.
Can I guess? I feel like I have a feeling when she comes out of the little tunnel, and there's a "Beware Gators" sign that she swims past.
No, it's not. Okay. That's a guess, though. It's a good guess. There was a moment where BPEP is beating an alligator with a brick.
And then he kills one with a shovel.
Yeah. And I'm like, you can look at his brick. Go.
So I don't know if you remember this, but when I watch a movie, I'll do my thoughts about them. You can see them on Twitter, Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook. But I just put, I have now seen Barry Pepper punch an alligator. And it made me feel like he's 48 years old, but I felt like a proud parent.
Finally, he punched an alligator. Yeah. And along these lines, what do you think about their decision to end the film with her holding up the flare and not getting into the helicopter?
They get into the helicopter. So a lot of people in the theater did not like it. They there was a bit of an annoyance after that scene because a lot of people want closure. You know what I realized is that 47 meters down, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually really love the first one, and I think the ending is extremely mean, and it doesn't give you closure. But a lot of people that I've spoken to about it hate that scene. They hate that they don't get closure. So I could sense some of that in it. But for me, I didn't need to see it because it's up for you to determine. I don't need to be told everything. But I just left going, yeah, they're fine. They're good. Everyone knows.
I felt the same way. And this is the conversation I literally had with the person I saw it with after this. We go, what is the craziest thing that could happen next? And the guy turned to me and said, they get into the helicopter and the pilot's a gator. They're just like out of nowhere, the film just starts screwing with you. It's like, oh God, this is a dream? What?
And then she wakes up.
How would you have reacted if the pilot was a gator and then the movie ended right there?
I think it would be so audacious that I would love it. I love, there are endings that people legitimately hate, and I think they have a reason for it. But sometimes I love when they're audacious. Like, I love when they're stupid. But you know what though? Alex did that already. Aja did that already with Piranha 3. Oh wait, I can't. You haven't seen Piranha 3D, have you?
I have not.
Okay.
But
I won't say anything. But he's been there, done that. Like High Tension, he had a twist. He's had twists in his films before. So I just think he wanted to end it on a nice note. And I think he did. I liked it. I don't know. And also, they didn't have much money. And a helicopter scene is very expensive. So
that's very true.
They didn't, you can't have that much of an expense on set. So that might be a budgetary reason as well.
Yeah. What do you think he's going to do next? Like, do you think he's going to continue making these type of films?
Well, so you sent me a neat link. He's going to be working with Amblin and Steven Spielberg on an interactive movie. I have no idea what that means. But the thing is, so Sam Raimi, after watching High Tension, was going to he hand wrote Alex a letter to direct Messengers, that Kristen Stewart movie. He ended up working on Hills Have Eyes instead. Sam Raimi, when he got this script, he and the other producer immediately were like, we got to get Alex for this. So when they made the movie, Sam Raimi gave him the letter that he was going to send to him back in 2004. Then you have Tarantino, who loves him. You have Spielberg, who loves him. You have Sam Raimi. I mean, people respect this guy. And Piranha 3D, the behind-the-scenes footage, Adam Scott was saying, this shoot has been hell. It's hot. It's unpredictable. There's been a lot of issues with production. But then Adam Scott, the actor, Adam Action Man Scott, in the film, he has a great scene. But he goes, it's on time. He's like, they are not behind schedule. They're going to finish on time. He's like, that's a miracle. He's like, this ship is organized. He's like, everything they've thrown at him, he's like, it's a miracle. No one's dead, and it's finished on time and on budget. So this is a guy who can take $13.5 million and make it look like 30. Let's say 30, not 50. He can finish Piranha 3D, a grueling on-location shoot on time. And all of his movies make money. Piranha 3D was loved by critics. This was loved by critics. So whatever he does next is a long way of saying this, but I think he's really respecting the industry, and I think he can kind of do what he wants now with this film.
Yeah, this does feel like the case study has been proven.
Yeah.
It's like he did these other films. Like he went to High Tension, and High Tension led to basically now he's working in Hollywood, but it feels like the next thing he's going to work on is huge. And we're clearly talking about him working with Spielberg, so it's going to be huge. But this is he's going to be a name that we're going to probably be talking about again in another couple years.
I gotta tell you something, man. Like, you and I watch a lot of movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
We forget about a lot of movies. Would you say?
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
There are times when I see a movie on, I'm like, oh, yeah, I watched that. I'll watch a movie 2 months later. I'm like, oh, yeah, I watched that. I keep getting reminded that I watched films. I'm like, oh, yeah, I liked it. But his films, right? So High Tension, there's a scene in the house by the staircase that I'll never forget. In Hills Have Eyes, the axe flip moment, the remake. In Piranha 3D, I don't want to tell you, but it's just like, and now Crawl, there have been moments in his movies that stay with me. So I don't know what it is about him. I know his cinematographer, Maxine Alejandre, he's great. He shot Shazam, and he shot The Haunting of Hill House, a couple episodes of that. Voices, which I love, Maniac, Crazes. You know what's crazy? Some of my favorite recent horror films. He did The Nun, that's terrible. But I love The Crazies, I love Maniac, and I love The Voices. That's more of like a psychological type film. But they look beautiful. So I don't know. Maybe it's the cinematographer, I don't know. But he's very good at creating things that burn in my memory. And a lot of directors don't have that with me. So it's another way of complimenting him again.
Yeah, it's very true. I watch a lot of films that I just completely forget about. And this is one I'm not going to forget about because it knows what it is.
Yep. And
a good example is Meg, The Meg. That is a movie that I really want to love, and I love parts of it. But it is ultimately a bland movie because it doesn't know what it wants to be.
Yeah.
It wants to be horror, it wants to be action, it wants everyone to like it. this film is I want 30% of the population to like me, and those 30% are going to not just like me, they're going to love me.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good point. And I mean, and the end result was $91 million. I mean, and
Off of 13 is great.
And the P&R, right? Like that could have only been maybe, let's say at the most 30 million. So you're at 43. So it made $45 million just in profit, most likely, let's say. And then, you know what's crazy, man? This movie had a review embargo on it. And the review, so I was going to watch it anyway. We bought tickets for the opening weekend because I just love the director and I love any creature feature. And when the review, I was like, that's not good because the review embargoes are not good. Like Doolittle had a review embargo and look at the reviews. But then the reviews came in and it was like 98%. And then it dropped to 83. But I wonder if the people who released it, if they did that on purpose to create a word of mouth type-esque film. But you need a big opening. You need a big opening to stay in theaters. So I wonder if they underestimated it and they should have lifted the embargo sooner to let people know a month in advance how good the movie was.
Yeah. It feels like they completely underestimated it. They completely did not realize what they had on their hand. Because, again, when was the last time you had a creature feature that wasn't sci-fi related?
Yeah.
You know, because there's always like Alien in Space, Alien Redux, the one that came out last year with Ryan Reynolds, and then the Alien Underwater. That's coming out now.
Life and Underwater, yeah.
Exactly. I don't think they knew what they had. I just don't think they realized the audience want these type of B movies that there's a desire out there for them. And was this a Blumhouse film?
No, this was not.
Yeah, this feels like a Blumhouse. Like give it $10 million, and then they go out and make something very specific. I would say that Blumhouse is probably the only studio that really gets that. Like, you can make B movies and you're still going to make money off them.
Yeah, I mean, and okay, this sounds crazy, but I think this movie, I think with Blumhouse, I don't know, one of them, I don't know, with the exception of a few films, the quality is not as high as it was here in Crawl.
No, they have a couple really good ones and a bunch of stuff in the middle, and then there's like Unfriended.
I mean, well, you know what's, man? I love that franchise, and I like the second one a lot. That one really sticks with me. Dark Web. There's some scenes. Yeah, there's some scenes that get me hard, that hit hard. Like they're tough. But I love the Happy Death Days. I think they have a wonderful model what they're doing. I mean, they're making so much money. I teach that in my classes about how to make money. But I don't know. This one just seems, it doesn't. But I get exactly what you're saying. It's a very specific genre picture for little money that was made.
So I have one more thing that I want to talk about, one major thing.
Yeah.
And this is a critique of this film. And if I had to critique this film, the one thing I would say it's missing, and maybe not even missing, but maybe I would have enjoyed, was a couple one-liners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Your luggage. Eraser.
That's a really good one-liner, actually.
See you
I'm
later.
Gonna turn you to shoes.
See you later, alligator.
I wrote some one-liners to specific scenes that I'm going to read to you, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's be honest. I didn't go to UCB. I am not a comedian. This is just the best I got.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So when B-Pep is beating the alligator with the brick, imagine him saying, "No one messes with a Florida man."
Florida man! Just screams it out loud.
Okay. When the daughter is getting her hand chewed on with the gun inside the alligator's mouth, chew on this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What if when she's trapped in the bathroom and she climbs over and locks the gator in? Here we go. It's time to wash your mouth out with soap. That one's a bad one, I know.
See you later.
And then finally, when she stabs the alligator with the flare, she goes, "Who's the apex predator now?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that.
We didn't even talk about that scene, honestly. That's a great scene.
I mean, we haven't talked about a lot of this movie. How about this? Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive a little bit into the actual plot. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I have a surprise for you, David.
What's that?
We're going to do a draft, a surprise draft.
Oh, God. Okay, let's do it.
All right. We are going to do a draft with movies featuring alligators or crocodiles. That doesn't have to be about them. It just has to feature them in some aspect. All right? So
Okay.
I'm going to give you like 30 seconds to catch your bearings on it. I'll drop some facts on you got everyone listening and you real quick while you're trying to Google real quick about movies. So I just want to say there's a couple things I love about give you a few. Does that sound good? Give you like 30 seconds?
I'm gonna I have my top 3 already, but I need to get 2 more.
All right, sounds good. So what I love about this movie is he really wanted these alligators to have no agenda. There's no scar. She stabs one, then later on in the movie, it's like, I'm gonna get you. And it follows her all the way up and gets, you know, like there's no alligators wanting revenge. And also what I love is he said, a lot of people told me less is more. And he said, I think that makes sense when you have an alien or a giant shark. He's like, but these are alligators and everyone is familiar with alligators. So I wanted more. Like, so he went into this knowing I don't want less. I want more because they're so familiar. This isn't, you know, we talked about the movie Boar on the podcast and due to limitations of the budget, they couldn't show much of it. But here was a film where he said, a giant boar, by the way. Everyone knows what alligators look, so I want more of them, which I thought was a really brilliant kind of idea. I'm using the word brilliant. I'm saying it. And then on set, they had one actual real gator. Then they had a ton of people in full green suits, like wrestling with BPEP or the cops. Or they had a gator head that Kaya had to react to. So they're acting in this is stellar, just because they're in this set looking at green things. I mean, they're getting paid to act, of course. But I just kind of love how, I don't know, I thought they did a really solid job of using the gators in here. And not less is more, they're doing more is more. So I dug that. Are you ready for the draft?
I think I am. I have one that's specious.
I have one that's random. I have one that's random too, but I'll allow a couple weird things, and I'll give you first pick since I dropped this on you.
Okay, so this is a story behind this pick. I once got stuck in a hotel in Atlanta for like 8 hours after traveling for like 12, like a whole day basically, because I missed my flight. But this movie was on Sci-Fi, and I've never forgot the name. It's called Ragin' Cajun Redneck Alligators.
What?
Oh, excuse me. It's called Ragin' Cajun Redneck Gators.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never forgot that name. That's my first draft. I watched it. It's not good, but I love that name so much. It's going on.
Ragin' Cajun Redneck Gators.
Ragin' Cajun Redneck Gators.
All right, I like it. I'm going to go, you're going to think this is crazy, but I'm going to go Jumanji.
Jumanji. The first one. The
gigantic crocodile. And remember when David Allen Greer is floating on the door and he sees it floating past him and he goes, ah! He does the classic David Allen Greer laugh. So
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm adding Jumanji on here.
Okay.
All right, what's your second?
So I don't know if this counts, but this is so ridiculous. Gods of Egypt.
What? There's alligators in that?
Isn't there an alligator person?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm a little bit like, I don't remember it fully. I thought there might be an alligator person in that movie.
Well, let's do it. Gods of Egypt.
I bet it's wrong. I bet that one's wrong.
Does that mean I can add Will Ferrell's gator character from the other guys?
Will Ferrell's gator character. So does he dress up like a gator?
No, but he calls himself Gator and he's a pimp.
I guess so. Like, surprise draft, yes.
I like it. All right, so I'm doing the other guys. All right.
So we all know this was going to be on there. I think Lake Placid, it has to be on this list.
Oh yeah, and we covered that on the podcast actually. That was one of our Soggy saga with Jay Cluett and I. So I mean that's a big gator. No, it's a crocodile in that one.
They're close enough. Close enough.
Let's see. I'm gonna say Rogue. It's the most underappreciated giant crocodile films ever made. 100% Rotten Tomatoes. It features Michael Vartan, Raja Mitchell. It features Sam Worthington, Maya Wasikowska, John Jarrett from the other one, Wolf Creek, and it also features Brockmire. Is the guy's Brockmire?
Brockmire. Yeah.
The cowboy guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, great. It's worth a watch. I love Rogue. It's one of my favorite underappreciated films. All right. What's your fourth?
Yeah, I'm getting into the land of work. I'm easily don't know what's going on. What I wanted to do was pick The Waterboy, but you know what? I bet he was at Miami. He was in Miami, not FSU or FUF.
No, he's at Louisiana.
Louisiana. Were they the Gators?
Yeah, they ate him. So yeah, Waterboy. No, like he was a made up school. But they
would be the Waterboy because he's technically a Gator.
Yeah, and they ate gators in that movie.
They did. You're right. Yeah. But I guess is a really good one related to for another pick.
Well, I'm gonna do Live and Let Die, the James Bond film where he runs across gators. Watch, they really did it. A stuntman really did it.
That is crazy. That's so scary.
Type in Live and Let Die, Gator Run.
Live. All right, we're gonna do
Live and Let Die, Gator Run.
Live and Let Run.
Live and Let Die, Gator Run.
Stunt. I'm gonna do Run. All right, we're gonna watch this.
Yeah, he runs across gators. So right now on my list, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 movies left. There's so many great gator films and crocodile films.
Well, I guess I'm struggling. The next one for me would be Billy Madison, because there's the croc that eats his friend's hand.
Oh no, Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Yeah, Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
I'm now watching the Gator Run. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
There's a lot of gators in Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so I get the last one, huh?
You do. Yeah.
Adam Sandler does beat the crap out of a gator in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. I mean, I think should pick that one up.
Oh man. So I just did a bunch of notes. Oh wow. They both fought alligators. I gotta add that clip in there. I do research for a video called Verse for Rotten Tomatoes, and there's an upcoming episode that I gotta include. All right, so my last one is, oh gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna pick Crocodile Dundee. It's too easy. I'm not gonna do Princess and the Frog, but I love that gator. I'm not gonna do Eraser where he murders a gator that says your luggage. There's Crocodile in Temple of Doom that killed that murdered the guy. There's in Wild Things, that movie with Matt Dillon and Nev Campbell, there's gators. There's the classic alligator. And Rampage, there's that gigantic crocodile. And Blackwater, it's the most realistic. You got to watch Blackwater. It's about these people stuck in a tree with a crocodile circling them. Really realistic, really fun. It's like the open water of croc films. But I'm going to say Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, because he beats up a gator too.
Oh, wow. Wow. Do we count the animated version of Peter Pan?
No, we didn't even add Peter Pan.
We did it. We didn't even think about it.
So you have Raging Cajun Redneck Gators, Gods of Egypt. Do you want to call a mulligan on any of these? Do you want to replace it with anything, or are you happy?
I want to replace Gods of Egypt with Peter Pan, because I don't think there's actually crocodiles in Gods of Egypt. But I will stand.
There's Nile crocodiles.
There are. I just couldn't. I was like searching as we were talking, like I can't find any.
Yeah, there's the Nile crocodiles.
But, okay, let's keep it. Let's keep that then.
No, okay, but I don't think there's a crocodile. Is there an alligator guy? Gods of Egypt. Gods of Egypt. Crocodile. I mean, there are. There's a Sobek, Egyptian god of the Nile, has a gator head.
Was he in that movie?
Oh.
That's why I'm like, I don't know. That movie's really weird, by the way. I love it.
Oh, dude, I would love to cover that on the pod, actually, because it blows my mind.
We'll not count that one. I think I made that up in my head because I like Egyptian mythology and just assumed there would be a crocodile in it.
All right, so you're doing Peter Pan?
Yeah, let's do Peter Pan.
Man, I'm pretty happy. So I got Jumanji, Other Guys, Rogue, Live and Let Die, Ace. I'm happy. I'm very happy with mine. This is a weird list that we came up with, and I think it's beautiful.
It is. It's amazing. I'm very happy that I learned about the Gator Run.
Oh, man. This is I'm very happy about this.
I'm very surprised. I started to look up gator movies, and I was like, "We're not going to talk about gator movies. I'm good. I don't need to finish this."
So
I was wrong.
This will probably go up before our podcast goes because I have no patience. But if you go to Movies, Films, and Flicks Facebook and you follow us, we put up a lot of fun polls. So we just had a huge one about the best movies of the 2010s. We have a really big one coming up about the best rotten movies of the 1990s. I still need your list if you want to do it. No, I think this is gonna be a fun one. People are gonna be confused by this, and I think that's good.
So before the break, you said we wanted to get into the plot of this film.
Yes, because we haven't talked about this actual plot.
No, we haven't, because it's very simple. It's one line.
Yep. Daughter goes home to check on her dad.
And there's gators.
But I love she goes to his initial condo. She doesn't like it, but he didn't want to sell the house. So they go back. She goes there. He's under the crawl space because to board up the house because he wanted to protect it because that's where everyone grew up and they have the neat little height things. But 2 gators are down there. And then they kind of reconcile their relationship because they're the same person, basically. I like the scene where she's like, I'm going to go check it out. You stay here. And he's like, I'm going to go run a marathon. And then she does a sassy look. She's like, oh, he always says that. Like, it's a very lived-in relationship between them. But yeah, and then she's the apex predator because she's a competitive swimmer who's very good, by the way. I mean, UF isn't a bad squad. You know what's crazy? The podcast before this was Swim Fan. So I did Swim Fan and then Crawl.
Well, that means you got to do another swim movie to round it out. It has to be in 3s.
Back to School.
Back to School. Well, that's on my list for our next draft.
The triple Lindy. Yeah, no, but I think it's such a simple premise, but it's how often in creature features do you have father-daughter, right? You don't have a lot of time. It's dad and son, if you think about it, right? Like it's dad, like, and she doesn't really have dad issues either. They just don't. They're both stubborn, which is another thing. They don't hate each other. There's no big problems between them. There's no dislike. They're just both stubborn, which I like. So that you don't have a massive, does that make sense?
It does. Yeah. I think in another movie you would have a father trying to get to his daughter.
Yeah. Like Interstellar.
Yeah. And this is swapped and it works.
Commando.
Better. Yeah. And like honestly, I wish there was more to talk about the plot, but that's just the plot because once they get into the crawl space, it's just ratcheted up ways of them trying to get out of the situation. Like, can they get to another escape hatch? Can they distract the alligator? Can they kill an alligator? Can they get out of the house? Like it's very simple. Just a very, very simple plot.
But I love how there are stairs that you go into to get into the crawl space, right? But they're knocked out by the gator and they get trapped. But then there's pipes down there that they can't get past. And I don't think the movie ever sets up a really great geography of the crawl space.
No, not at all.
But I don't think that's necessary in this movie because there should be suspense. So if you're going, well, there's nothing to the right, so a gator wouldn't be there. I think it's good that they kept the house vague in that regard.
Yeah. And even with them not being able to get through the pipes to get to their little safety area, I was a little confused because I was like, it looks like they could fit through there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that one part. But you know what? The thing is, in a lot of movies, all you need to do is just say they can't get past it. So there's so many times in movies where they just don't take the time to say one line or show, so the radio dies because they can't get to it and water hits it, right? Mm-hmm. The cell phone, so that gator's paw smushes a cell phone. That's a very strong gator foot because when it steps on the cell phone, it goes crunches that. But you know, his phone is dead, right? And then, well, that's right off the bat. And even if they did call, many people can't really get to them because they're stuck in a hurricane. I do love when the tree goes through the wall too. The thing, the jump gag with the tree when it goes through the window. That made me happy. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. You know what? Can I tell you something weird?
What?
So they were together and not together, but they acted together in the Maze Runner trilogy. Kaya and BPEP. They were in that trilogy together. So I kind of like how they went from Maze Runner to crawl.
And now they're going to do army crawl next?
Yeah, exactly. Lay. Sleep.
Lay.
Sleep. Oh, that's bad.
That is bad.
Or walk. Run, crawl.
Would you watch a movie called Walk? I don't know. A horror movie called Walk.
Well, no, how about this? They're both in a car accident, right? And they both hurt their legs. So it's impossible for them to run, but they can walk gingerly.
What if they hurt opposite legs and they have to hold each other up?
Yes, exactly. It's like a three-legged race.
We've made $1 million. Someone give us $10 million. We'll shoot this.
Yeah, and so they just have to keep walking from a very slow-moving monster.
Very slow. I'm trying to think of what's like a really slow, like another injured monster.
Yeah.
Like the monster's also injured.
Whoa. So, all right. So they hit a bear that's also limping.
The slowest horror movie ever.
And they're just following them.
This is perfect.
It follows sequel. She's like, yeah, like, BPEP gets cursed and they're trying to outrun it, but then they hurt their legs and they just have to keep ahead of the thing. She can't see it. And he's like, it's right behind us.
This is great.
We just made $1 million.
We just made him. Someone call up Bloomhouse. We're gonna sell this immediately. We'll just write it. We'll write it on like some sticky notes. They don't care.
Some parchment paper. What does he write on in Confederacy of Dunces?
He has composition notebooks, I thought.
Yeah. I think, he writes on that. So we just turn in a composition notebook that looks like the scribblings of mad people.
That's such a literary deep cut, too, guys. Yeah. Like, that's not a movie. I thought, is it a movie?
No, they tried. Will Ferrell tried, as Galifianakis tried. We could also say that it'll be called The Entertainment, and people watch it and get smiles on their faces that never go away, and they just die of pleasure. Infinite jest. I'm going real pretentious here.
Yeah.
And our script becomes so good that a cult start taking it as like scripture, and they began hunting us down, like in Foucault's Pendulum. That's my favorite.
You're a very well-rounded man.
That's my favorite book, by the way. I like all the pretentious books. I have to keep my mouth shut because when I tell people my favorite books, they're like, "You're pretentious." So I just go, yeah, I don't know. I just read magazines. No, but also in this movie, I like when he said that athletes hit plateaus because a lot of them do. When you get to a certain point, you have to start putting in that extra work to get above where she's at. So I don't know, man. This movie, is she gonna be able to swim after this? Because her shoulders bit and her legs bit.
Eventually, I don't think she'd be able to swim immediately, though.
Yeah, if you're on scholarship and you get stuck and attacked by gators, do they take away your scholarship?
I would hope not. That would be a PR nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, I just fought off an army of gators and you're going to kick me off the team? Like, she had no control over what happened. The only thing that could be the problem is that she ignored the police and went in there anyway.
Yeah.
And then they could say, well, you put yourself in this situation. We didn't do this to you.
Can we talk about that a little bit? Like, the police would have come anyway, right? The police were just out patrolling. She said, go check on my dad. So was he going there to check on, like, would he have gone out there had she run the barrier?
I think he would have gone out there either way.
Okay. So we don't have to feel too bad about Wade and Pete getting wiped out.
I mean, I feel bad for them, but not that bad.
I mean, let's see. Pete does do kind of something dumb. He sees that swing set being pulled. I'm going to go look at that. Like,
what's going on over here?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a bozo move. You should be working on the propeller. But I do think what Wade does is smart. He backs up. He doesn't expect the alligator to jump out of the thing. And alligators can jump, by the way. I did math on it. I forget where I did them. I did a dumb data article once about alligators jumping. I write so many of these things, I forget.
Like how far it could jump out of water to grab something?
Yeah, I did a dumb data article about alligators jumping out of water.
Speaking of math, I did figure out how fast a gator swims versus the fastest freestyle swimmer.
Oh, yeah? Who wins?
The gator, 100%. I mean, how did I put this? So, a gator can do what I believe 2.38 meters per second.
Oh, wow. That's fast.
Yeah, it's very, very fast. Let me really quick pull up my notes just to make sure I didn't get anything wrong here.
I need to remember a data article I worked on to get gator facts about jumping out of the water.
I screwed this up. So a gator can go 4.91 meters per second.
Wow.
And it can swim 2.38 meters per second. So there's it's like no contest. Like if you're being chased by a gator in the water, they're going to get you.
Now, these gators might have been out of shape.
They could have been out of shape. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
How about, do you like that line where like, go to the wet wall? They're all wet. Like that got a big laugh in the theater.
That was a really good one. Absolutely.
I mean, that made me so happy. And then there's spiders in this movie. I mean, everything goes wrong for her. And I like how she's also wearing capris too, which makes me happy in Florida. There's so many of those. And then she takes a string and ties it around her leg. That's good. I don't know. In my notes though, I have BPEP in all caps, kills gator, all caps. That makes me happy.
With a shovel.
Yeah.
With a shovel.
That makes me so happy. And then all right, the dog doesn't die. What else do we have to even talk? Like what else do you have anything else for me with this movie?
No, I think we covered it all the things that I wanted to talk about. Again, I really like this film. It's a short, tight, 80 minutes. Go check it out if you haven't. I don't know why you would listen to this podcast. If you haven't, you'd have been spoiled like crazy.
And also at the end, the final song, "See You Later, Alligator." Like that's funny. Like this movie gets it, man. It just makes me happy. I love it. I have so many notes. I don't even think I've gotten to most of them here. Anything else that you want to cover before we get out of here?
No, we have a draft.
Yes, we do. All right, so
a real draft.
So we'll do a draft on. You want to explain what this draft is?
We are doing a draft on movies that involve swimming.
All right, so so we have gators and we have swimming.
Yep.
I love it.
This is good. We just don't have crawling.
Oh. All right, so we got it. We got Dave. All right, so any swimming, right? Anything.
Any swimming.
Wow. So any movie with now we're not going for we just go for random in this, right? We're not going for best, correct?
No. Yeah, I think just movies that you like that have a swimming component to it.
All right, I love that. I got a good list.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you go first, though.
Okay.
You're the guest, so you get to go.
My number one pick is probably going to feel like it's out of left field, but I'm picking the original The Poseidon Adventure.
Ooh.
There is a scene in that movie where a woman swims to save everyone. And additionally, I really, really like that film. Or I did when I was younger. I haven't seen it in a very long time. But yeah, The Poseidon Adventure.
Okay, so Poseidon Adventure. I'm doing Swim Fan.
I mean, good decision. Absolutely.
Listen to the podcast. It's a very weird episode, like most MFF ones. But we get in a very weird conversation about the stalker eating sushi. And it's very odd.
That's very odd. It is very odd.
And it's a long discussion, but it's a necessary discussion. So I just got to say, yeah, just check it out. You'll love it.
Okay. My number 2 draft is a movie called Cabin Boy. There is a character who's trying to swim across, I believe, the ocean, and the cabin boy, played by Chris Elliott, screws up her attempt. That movie also has one of the funniest lines of any movie, and it's or funniest scenes of any movie when there is a giant floating cupcake that spits tobacco.
I've heard this movie is actually a cult classic now, is it not?
It is. It's a cult classic. It has a couple problematic scenes, but overall it is very strange and very funny.
I love it. Is scuba diving considered swimming?
You have to move through the water. I would say so.
All right, so I'm saying Hot Shots Part 2. Because he does not pack oxygen, right? He packs helium. And he starts speaking with a squeaky voice, and he also farts and knocks out a ton of people on a boat. The president.
Oh, that's a good one. I am going to pick the animated version of Beowulf.
Oh, yes.
And I know that's not going to make our final list, but when I went and saw that movie in the theaters, that's like the only part of the movie I remember is him swimming through a storm.
And he kills a giant sea beast and screams his own name.
Yeah. Yes. Beowulf.
Oh, man. That's classic.
I don't know if it's classic, but it's definitely a movie.
Well, that's the best line of that movie. How's that sound?
Oh, yeah, that's true. I remember, what was it? Neil Gaiman in an interview was like, yeah, I could have done better. He wrote it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he wrote the script.
All right. This one's weird, but this is a movie I want people to watch, and it's called The Guard.
What is this?
So The Guard stars Brendan Gleeson and Don Cheadle. It was directed by one of my favorite playwrights, John Michael McDonough. His brother wrote 3 Billboards in Bruges, but John Michael McDonough wrote The Guard and War on Everyone, movies I love. And Brendan Gleeson in the movie plays a swimmer, like a former, like maybe a famed swimmer. But this movie, The Guard, it's absolutely funny. It's really well written. Don Cheadle and Brendan Gleeson are perfect together, but it's just weird seeing Brendan Gleeson swim. So I had to add that. He's just a good, I don't know. I just like Brendan Gleeson swimming. It makes me happy.
Okay. I'm going to have to trust you on that one.
All right. This
one, you might not agree with this one. What about Aquaman?
Oh, yeah. Great swimming.
It's all swimming, right?
Nothing but swimming.
Yeah, exactly.
As Willem Dafoe swimming.
He's in some weird stuff.
Yeah, I love it though. He just pops up in a light. No, he doesn't do any swimming in the lighthouse. That's a bummer.
Yeah, but he spills the beans.
Yeah, I mean Dolph Lundgren swimming. That gets my vote immediately.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Oh man,
on a seahorse, I believe.
I can't believe they didn't give him a shark. Maybe the world would have exploded.
Yeah, that has to be in the second one.
All right. My 4th pick is You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
I have not seen that movie, so you're going to have to tell me about it.
This is going to blow your mind. Judd Apatow and Robert Smigel wrote it. So Judd Apatow, major director, Robert Smigel, who did a lot of Saturday Night Live. It's about Adam Sandler, who plays an Israeli special forces agent who moves to New York to become a hairdresser. However, his nemesis moves over there too, and they spark up their war again. And it's like Adam Sandler shoots hummus to take out a fire. It's just a very weird. I think it's funny. I love the movie, but there's a scene where John Turturro, in one of my favorite roles in an Adam Sandler film ever, gets on a jet ski and he's flying away. Adam Sandler jumps into the water like a dolphin, catches the jet ski, punches it, knocks out the engine. Turturro flies off and goes, "Ah!" Huge thing. Then they're like, neither of them can feel pain. So somehow John Turturro grabs a piranha out of the water and puts it on his ear or nose, feels nothing. Then Adam Sandler takes one and puts it in his pants. And it just starts munching around, and they're both like, "Oh, yeah, no pain, no pain." And so it's one of the weirdest things you'll ever see in your life, but it's great swimming. I'm telling you, man. All right, listen. Obviously, there's Rob Schneider doing he does brownface in it again, which is crazy in 2008. But other than that, it's a really weird movie, and the core concept of it, I think, is pretty interesting. And it's Sandler acting, like he's really funny in it. So maybe just watch a trailer. I don't know, but I love the swimming scene, so I added that.
Okay, so I have one more left, and this is really hard. I have a bunch of different ones, but I'm gonna pull an audible. This one is not actually on my list, but I think it's a crowd pleaser, and that is The Sandlot.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
It's very brief, but it's there.
It's a great pool scene, by the way. Makes me want to add Caddyshack with the Dookie.
Oh, God.
Or Larger Than Life with Bill Murray swimming. My last one, it's kind of boring, but The Reef. Great shark movie. Very fun shark movie based on a true story about these 4 swimmers being hunted by a great white. They're trying to get to the Seal Island, and they're just pursued the entire time by a great white. The entire movie's swimming.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good movie. And I think it's available to stream on Shudder, or you can watch it for free on Tubi or Crackle, one of those. But anywhere, you can watch it for free right now. So do you want to do one more? Do you have enough? Want to do one more?
I can do one more.
All
yeah.
Right. What do you got?
Okay, so let's see here. I thought one of us would pick this, and I'm sort of shocked that we didn't, but I kind of understand why. Back to School.
Oh yeah.
With the triple Lindy. It's diving, but you have to swim in the water, so I guess we could count it.
Yeah, there's some swimming in it, and he's also in a jacuzzi.
Yeah. I think I'm surprised you didn't talk about Deep Blue Sea.
Well, all right. I really wanted to add it, but I just think I talk about it all the time, so I just wanted to do something different. You know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah. For me, I one that's similar to that for me is The Shape of Water. I didn't include that, even though I feel like maybe I should have. But it's not as much fun as the other ones.
All right, let's see. So I have one left, right?
Yeah.
There are so many. I got some weird ones. I got a bunch on my list. So there's a movie called Swimming Pool, which is too obvious. Because it's just a lady swimming around. All right. I kind of shot myself. Because I could have left it at 5, but now I have to knock it down from about 10 of them. All right, let's see here. Do I want to do another shark movie? Do I want to do... You know what? This is going to be weird, but I'm going to say Hot Tub Time Machine. Because they do a little bit of swimming in that hot tub.
Okay, we accept it.
So weird.
I feel like the only thing we would I would have said no to one thing. You're like, we're in the desert and it's raining or something, and I'd be like, no, that's no swimming.
I think it's perfect though, man. I love Hot Tub Time Machine. I think it's a funny movie. All right, what are we gonna break? What 5 are we gonna end up with?
So I really want to include the Poseidon Adventure.
Oh,
I feel like that's my number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. I love that. Back to School. I think we need to add.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good
Triple
one.
Lindy. There's some famous swimming in that.
48 meters down. Was that it?
Oh no! Wait, which? The Reef. What are you talking about?
The Reef. Yeah, I think The Reef is a really good one to include because it's all about swimming.
It's just swimming, nothing but. Oh, and also 47 meters down, Uncaged. I love that movie, dude. The sharks in it.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to catch that one out, but it's on my list.
I like the sharks. All right, so we have Poseidon Adventure, Back to School, and The Reef.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we? I mean, that scene in Beowulf is epic. Cabin Boy's inspired.
Cabin Boy's really, really weird. I love that movie. I love that movie.
So let's do it, Cabin Boy, because that's a weird swimming subplot.
That's so weird. If you haven't, do yourself a favor and just watch this weird movie.
All right, Sandlot has a great swimming scene. Aquaman, Swim Fan, Hot Shots Part 2, The Guard, You Don't Mess with the Zohan, Hot Tub Time Machine. What's our final one? What are we gonna do?
I think you can't create this list without Swim Fan. Like that, you can't. I really don't think you can. Like this is Crawl is a movie about a swimmer. Swim Fan is about a swimmer.
Yeah.
like the correlation is too good.
So we have Poseidon Adventure, Back to School, The Reef, Cabin Boy, and Swim Fan.
Yes.
I think that's perfect.
We have a great list.
I don't think we need to add anything else. Well, this was a lot of fun, man. Thanks for coming on and talking about this movie with me. And thanks. You know what? I appreciate you helping me not just rave about it the whole time. So I love that you kept me on non-giving it praise for an hour and a half. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. And, it's worth praising for an hour and a half, just to let you know.
Yeah, I love this movie. All right, yeah, so this was a lot of fun. So also head to Award Wieners, check them out. Wonderful Instagram page, Facebook page. Where do you like people going to listen to your podcast? Anywhere?
We are on basically every platform. So you type it in, you'll find us.
They're everywhere. All right, Cool. So they're everywhere. So listen to Award Wieners. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for David Cross, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.